Good evening, and welcome to the Night Owl. If you're new here, welcome. There's always space, and if you're a frequent visitor, well, it's always good to have you back. Content may contain adult language and scenarios that may not be suitable for all audience members, so listeners' discretion is always advised. If you like what you're listening to on this podcast, head on over to iTunes and do me a favor. Leave a review, leave a comment. Tell the people what you like. It goes a long way, trust me. And I get to read those comments, so I always appreciate seeing what is being done right. And I appreciate you guys. If you want to stay up to date with the podcast, head on over to the Bird Brain Podcast on Instagram, or just shoot an email at thebirdbrainpodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to get some merch, head on over to the Bird Brain Podcast shop. All these links are in the bio, and you could just get familiar, or even check out our YouTube channel. And I think that's about it. So let's talk about it. You know, pictures are worth 1,000 words, right? And sometimes they reveal some magical moments, and sometimes they reveal a lot of things that were probably meant to be kept secret. Lock your doors, check your windows, and get comfortable. And get some snacks because you probably won't be sleeping tonight. I give you the proofs. I can't tell you how many divorce parties that have happened because of my work. Well, not directly my work. It's my work to get evidence of why divorces need to happen. I'm hired as a private photographer. People, usually very wealthy people, hire me to follow their significant others around and take pictures because they always had a hunch something was going on. Their partner's schedules became more erratic. Their appearance would change. Some started working out a lot more and staying a lot later at work, or even their diets would change. We're talking meat eaters became vegans overnight, and now they're doing juice cleanses. See, the thing about it is that while change is good, it's weird in a relationship. You know, people deciding to make drastic changes to themselves without conversing with their partner always indicates they're conversing with someone else. That's what I've learned in my life and obviously in my work. I stumbled into this years ago on accident. I was fresh out of school and trying to get on my feet as a photographer, so I just go around taking pictures at the beach, at the park, restaurants, anywhere. I started with inanimate objects at first because it felt weird and really intrusive to take pictures of people without their knowledge, you know? But there's so much information in a person just being or doing when they think no one is watching. That's when they're most honest. And pictures tell so many stories. Sometimes the honest and sobering truth. I saw this couple having a picnic once, and they looked so happy. So I had to take a shot of them from afar. I posted it on my photography account and it blew up. It became so popular that the spouse of that person in the photo reached out to me. Paid me to follow them around and take more pictures. And they paid me a lot, and I couldn't turn down that money. But what I didn't realize at the time was I was accumulating evidence for infidelity. I was told these would be anniversary photos, so they need to be as candid as possible. You know, dinner dates, walk in the parks, casual outings. Basically, be a fly on the wall for us, is what they said. And I did just that. To keep it as organic as possible, we never met. They just funded me money. And I know it was dumb, but listen, I got paid to do what I love, and they seemed happy together, so I didn't see a problem. She paid me a final lump sum and thanked me for my services and told me that the pictures were fantastic and just what she was looking for. Months later, it became clear I was taking pictures for a famous attorney, unknowingly. Unfortunately, I remained anonymous, but holy shit, it was all over. Her husband was out and about. She called it woman's intuition, but she said he was also an attorney, but there were a couple of holes in his story. Moving along, she had friends, high-profile friends, guys and gals, and surprisingly, all with relationships they weren't sure of at this point. So I got clients, high-paying clients, and these people knew people, and years later, I'm still going strong. I've turned down some work because some situations got dangerous. Not all money is honest money, and some of these people were into some shady shit. I mean, who am I to judge, I guess, right? But this is different. You know, one guy had me following his partner, and comes to find out she was with the person sent to put a hit out on him. I didn't ask much. I didn't care to know further. I just declined. This all made me realize, money really isn't everything. It just helps to cover up or expose a lot more. It's sad sometimes, I've been to some of these functions and these events, and to see how happy these people appear versus what's all happening is interesting. But it's a check, right? It's how I pay my bills, and I do my best to mind my business. It's weird though, I know that I'm responsible for these relationships coming to an end. I'm a hired click man. You see what I did there? I do the dance with morals for sure, but I've been having to put it all aside. Until recently. 2 detectives showed up at my door asking me questions. My whereabouts, who I know. The usual questions they ask someone they perceive to be connected to a crime. They show me photos of someone I was hired to take pictures of. Unlike my previous jobs where the pictures led to a relationship ending, this one ended in murder. The spouse was found dumped like trash. The husband skipped town. The victim, the wife, she hired me. She hired me to follow him because something seemed off about him lately. I couldn't eat for days. You get caught up in playing detective until detectives show up at your door asking the real questions. And I remember that job particularly well. But now that they found her, that means it get back to me somehow. And being that the husband's MIA, who knows? I turned down jobs for a while, and any current work, I just made sure to finish it up and cut ties. You forget that these are people's lives, and you're capturing intimate and very private moments that, when held under the light, are very damaging. But no one deserves to be kept in the dark, right? It wasn't any of my business, even though I made a business of it. Fuck, I don't know. I can't make sense of it. The detectives, they told me they'd be back, so for me to stick around for a while, not to skip town or anything, because they come back if they needed me for more info. I told them I had a trip to go see my mom in a couple of days. They said it was okay, just not stay too long. It was good to be around my family. It felt safe in a way, They asked how work was going, and I said good. I didn't tell them what I actually did. Even my family had secrets, and if they knew what I was doing in some way, they'd feel exposed too. I spent a couple of days there, and then I finally headed back. I didn't want to give the detectives a reason to suspect me, and I didn't want to worry my family either. Finally got home, and a couple of days went by, and there was a certified mail delivery, an envelope. I opened it, and there were pictures of me. Pictures of me taking pictures, pictures of me at events, pictures of me following others, pictures of me going to the airport. There was a knock at my door. A detective asking me questions. I told him I already gave the other detectives what I knew, but he looked confused. I described what they look like, and he told me that he and his partner are the only ones assigned to this case. So there you have it. Tune in for another episode to keep you up at night. And if you have a story that you want to submit of your own, please do so. thebirdbrainpodcast@gmail.com with the subject headline, The Night Owl. Hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Hope you guys take care of yourselves. Hope you guys take care of each other. Sleep tight.